What's going on, folks? Today I'm going to review the 2007 to 2010 Cartoon Network series, and that is Chowder, another funniest show that is like SpongeBob SquarePants. Chowder was originally aired on Cartoon Network, Boomerang, originally streamed on Netflix, and currently streaming on HBO Max, Hulu, and its beta on Disney+, Amazon Prime Video, and Apple TV. The series revolves around the titular Chowder, a cat-bear-rabbit hybrid and aspiring young cook at Chef Mung Dal's catering company. Though he is light-hearted and carefree, Chowder's actions habitually land him in circumstances beyond his control, partly due to his large appetite and absent-mindedness. Mung and his wife Truffles, Mung's rock monster employee Schnitzel, and Chowder's gaseous pet Kimchi all try to aid Chowder in his ambitions to become a great chef, but frequently find themselves undermined by the calamitous antics that ensue. Chowder is also undermined by Panini, a girl who has an unrequited love for Chowder, going so far as to say that he is her boyfriend despite the pair not actually dating. The writing for this show is pretty solid, as many of the episodes are wonderfully wacky and are decently well-paced. It can also be really funny with its sense of humor, and it has a very solid light-hearted and zany tone which the show embraces. But it doesn't land 100% of the time as shown with the show's worst episodes. There are some pretty solid episodes like Burple Nurples, Schnitzel Makes a Deposit, Grubble Gum, Sing Bins, The Wrong Address, The Wrong Customer, Mahjong Night, A Taste of Marzipan, The Sleep Eater, Brian Grubb, Schnitzel Quits, Hey It's Nishmas, Shopping Spree, The Deadly Maze, The Blackout, and Chowder Grows Up. But there are also some bad episodes like The Lawless Stops, Gazpacho Moves In, and Kid Schnitzel. The show has a really solid sense of humor, as many of the jokes and humorous moments do get a good laugh, such as the witty banter and dialogue between the characters, the wacky situations they get into, the gags and slapstick, some pretty funny adult jokes and innuendos, the fourth wall breaks, and even some of the toilet humor. Even if it sometimes can be a bit too much, the animation is pretty well done and looks really solid. The characters all have solid designs and some pretty lively and zany movements. The backgrounds are pretty well crafted, and there are some nice effects. On top of the usual 2D, the show also utilizes stop motion for some parts, and those bits are also well animated. There's even some use of puppets during the end credits skits. The characters are all pretty likable and funny, and do have some pretty solid chemistry. Chowder is a likable protagonist, as even though he can be pretty dim-witted and prone to causing trouble, though unintentionally because of how impressionable he can be, he does have a good heart, is usually pretty friendly, and most of his intentions are in the right place. Mung Dal is a solid and likable mentor figure, as he teaches Chowder to follow in his footsteps to become a top-tier chef, and he can be pretty snarky and witty, even if a bit too irritable. Truffles, despite her cranky and short-tempered nature, is also very likable, as while she can be easily prone to anger, she does care for Mung and Chowder even if she doesn't show it. Also, she can be really funny. Schnitzel is also very likable, as he's more straightforward compared to everyone else who's more excitable and exaggerated, even if he does have his own set of quirks, and he often gets caught up in all the wacky situations, which usually doesn't end well for him. The rest of the characters are also pretty solid and do manage to provide some likability and laughs, or some that are meant to be more unfriendly and act as solid foils, like Chowder's self-appointed and obsessive girlfriend Panini, the snobbish Miss Endive, the sentient fart cloud Kimchi, the awkward Gazpacho, the unpleasant and boastful Gorgonzola, the interruptive Kiwi, the laid-back yet impulsive Chestnut, and several others. The voice acting is pretty solid, and the voice actors all manage to deliver some great performances, like Nicky Jones as Chowder, Dwight Schultz as Mung, Tara Strong as Truffles, John DiMaggio as Schnitzel, Lily Anamumi as Panini, Mindy Sterling as Endive, Dana Snyder as Gazpacho, and many more. The music is pretty serviceable for the show, and really captures its zany tone. I have nothing to say but give this a 9.5 out of 10. Pretty great show.